Hello everyone and welcome back to the Crafty Yellow Camper, and today I want to direct your attention to a set of dies that are in the annual catalogue that I think a lot of people will have missed. They don't coordinate with a stamp set. In fact, they don't need to. They're beautiful on their own. So they are called Enchanting Details dies. They are in the annual catalogue, in amongst the dies on page 171. And you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different dies in there. And I think it says you can see them in use on page 62. Now, I don't know about you, but often when things aren't linked to a stamp set, you sometimes miss them. So the only reference to them are in these cards here. So they've put a picture of this gorgeous corner die that is here, and then they've used this hanging basket with this pot and this plant in it here. Actually, no, they haven't. They've actually used the plant from here and the pot from here, but in the dies you've got this. Looks like a TV screen upside down, really. This pot and this plant fits in top there, and then that will fit on this sort of macrame-esque hanging plant holder. So they've used that, but other than that, they haven't really showcased it that much, I don't think. They have, as I said, shown you, I'll hold the catalogue up so hopefully you can see. They have shown you the corner die in use here, and that's where they pinpoint it or post you to it. But I think they're one of those things that unless you're a demonstrator or the kind of person that looks at the catalogue in detail and goes, oh, didn't see that, where did that come from? You quite possibly will have missed them. So this is the corner die, which is a really good size. This is your macrame plant hanger, the pot and the foliage to go in the pot. But you've also got this cute little hanging birdhouse, this really cute little hanging moon, crescent moon with some stars, some florals, and then this beautiful die here, which has got sort of swags hanging from it and some more little stars, and you could hang this moon from it as well. I think this would be really, really nice for a new baby card. Anyway, so those are the dies. If you haven't noticed them before, have a look, because I really think they are worth looking at. So we're going to make a quick card with those, and by quick I mean quick. So I have got I've gone ahead and I have cut this big corner die from some shimmery white cardstock. I've got a C6 base in soft sea foam. So that's half of an A4 sheet for those of you in the UK, and half of whatever size sheet you have if you're not in the UK. Okay, so just wanted to give you a little tip that if you cut your shimmery white cardstock down into quarters, so a quarter of a sheet, you will get 2 of these from a quarter. They will end up like that, and you may just lose a little bit on a corner, but you wouldn't know if I hadn't told you. Okay, so you can sort of cut them like that. They come out, the bits come out, they weed out really nicely. Just with literally 2 passes through, and I've cut quite a few of these. Okay, so what we're going to do, we are going to use our card in a portrait layout, and we're going to use these corners. As you can see, they fit really nicely. So on a UK C6, they are literally corner to corner. On an American letter size, they are a little, I think that is a little bit bigger than our A4, so you might have a little bit more left showing. On the A4, if you want to, you can obviously trim this edge here, but for what I want to do today, it is going to fit anyway. But if you wanted to have a bit of a narrower border, all you've got to do is trim that down. Okay, but you can see that fits. Now, if I was a sensible person, I would have cut these on some of our double-sided adhesive sheets, which are these. These are the small ones. You can actually get them in a bigger size. If you don't want to go to the hassle of being careful where you put your wet glue, which is what I'm about to do, if you stick this, take off one side, stick it to your cardstock, run it through the die cutting machine. These are actually foam adhesive sheets, but we have got flat adhesive sheets which come in an A4 size, and then you've basically made yourself a sticker. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a little bit of wet glue, and I mean a tiny bit, so I'm just going to pop my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. It's so pretty on this shimmery white, and you literally, I'm just doing dots. I'm not even going to go along this edge with a big line of glue, because I know that if I do that it will smush out. Okay, so I'm just going to go along there, and then wherever I've got a slightly bigger area, so on the back of a flower that doesn't, or the back of a leaf that doesn't have anything cut out of it, I'm just going to dot a little bit more of my wet glue. The tops of these seed heads work well. Top of that flower there will work well. I think that will do. And then what I'm going to do is flip that over carefully. Now, the reason I've used liquid glue is because it makes it a little bit easier to line it up with the edge of the card, because it gives you a little bit of wiggle room. So I'm just going to position that so I line it up. And it just fits on, as you can see. Just going to press that down, and you can soon see if you've missed any places with the glue, because they'll bounce back up again. Okay, so that's one side. So now we want this piece which is going to fit on there, so make sure you put the glue on the right side, otherwise it's going to be backwards. Okay, so again we're just putting little dots of glue. If you struggle to use a bottle of Tombow to do this kind of thing, then by all means use our fine tip glue pen. I just find that Tombow grabs quite quickly and makes it really useful for this kind of thing, but while still giving you a little bit of room for maneuver. Okay, so I'm just doing what I did before and just popping a little bit of glue where I've got somewhere that it's not going to squidge through. Bit on there. You don't have to cover the entire thing with glue, you just need enough that it will hold it onto the card. Just put a tiny bit on there, and a tiny bit there. Okay, so now we can add our other part. And I'm going to open up the card for this. My advice is to always open up your card base, and I know I didn't do it for that first one because we needed the fold, but for this one I'm just going to open it up, and then we can offer that edge up to the edge of the card. And because we've used the Tombow, it gives us a little bit of room for maneuver. And then I'm just going to press that down like we did with the other side. And I've got a little tiny bit of washi tape on there. Okay. Right, okay, so how quick and easy was that? And that would have been even quicker and even easier if I had have used double-sided adhesive sheet to do it. Okay, so that is just, as I said, a soft seafoam base and some shimmery white. I don't think you'll pick it up on the camera, but that is really, really shimmery. This would make a really nice wedding card if you did white on white. And then because I want to use this as a birthday card, I've just used an oval. This is actually the oval from the centre of another card that I'll be showing you soon as well. So, and then I've just stamped "Wishes for a Beautiful Birthday," and that greeting comes from the framed florets stamp set, and actually the dies that go with this is what I've used to get this oval. This oval's actually leftovers from another card that I've designed. So yeah, I like to use everything up. And that is going to sit there like that. But what I am going to do is I'm just going to grab, take my glasses off, just going to grab my soft sea foam ink pad and a blending brush. Oh, that's the other exciting thing. I haven't actually ordered mine yet because I had to stop with my order. But Stampin' Up do have, we currently sell the large, set of 3 large blending brushes. We now have small ones as well, which is really useful. So all I'm going to do is pick up a little bit of ink on my brush from my soft sea foam ink pad. This is a really pale colour. It doesn't look it on the ink pad, but it really is. Okay. And then all I'm going to do, just to take the whiteness off this, because obviously we've got our shimmery white, and shimmery white is not as white as basic white is. And this oval is cut from basic white. So I'm just going to take my blending brush and just go around the edges and then slightly over the top, just to take that whiteness away, because as I said, shimmery white is a bit more of a creamy colour, sort of more of an off-white really. Okay, and then that, move my glasses out of the way, that is going to have a couple of dimensionals on the back of it. Now I toyed with the idea of whether we needed some ribbon on the back here, and I still haven't made my mind up. I keep bringing ribbon out and putting ribbon away. I think that because this is so detailed that it doesn't really need the ribbon, but I have got, where is it? I have got this really nice, sort of sheer dotty ribbon. You can just see the edge of it there, look, which I think might look quite nice behind there. So I've got a reel that's on the go already that's almost done, so I'm just pulling that off before I start a new reel. And I'm just tempted just to put a loop behind there like that, but I think I think I'm going to leave that, because I think that is going to disappear behind that greeting. The white is going to disappear into the shimmery white. I'm just having a look to see what else I've got. What I really need is a piece of this might work well, some sort of shimmery iridescent ribbon. Have I got one open? Yeah, this might work well. Okay, so this is glittered organdy ribbon, and I'm not sure if this is still available or whether this is actually retired now, but it's just got that little bit of shimmer. I can never get into these. The easiest way is to sort of nip it and then pull. There we go, we're in. A little bit of this might look quite nice just as a bow on the corner of our greeting, I think, if I can find the end. So shimmery, I can't see where the end is. Oh my goodness me, there we go. There, look at that. Hopefully you can pick up the glitter and the shimmer on that. So rather than put a piece behind, I think what we might do is do a small bow. You can't have a card that's got shimmery white on it without a little bit more bling, can you really? So I'm just going to do some rabbit bunny ears. So that's 2 loops and tie it in a knot. We'll see what we think about that. Oh, it's quite stiff actually, this ribbon. Let's just see if I can get it into a bit of a knot. Okay, that is very stiff actually, which is unusual because Stampin' Up ribbon is usually really pliable. I'm guessing it's because of the glitteriness of it. I'll just twiddling. So I think what we'll do is we'll have that on there. Wishes for a beautiful birthday. That can go on there with our dimensionals, and then I think we'll pop that on there. So I'm just going to grab my ribbon scissors. I always keep scissors that are just specifically for cutting ribbons so they don't get blunted by using them on cardstock or paper. Okay, let's just pop that ribbon out of the way. Okay, so let's go ahead and take the back ends off our dimensionals. Now we do need to make sure we get that level. Okay, and the greeting is central on there, but I think we've got enough room. This ribbon is really not wanting to play ball today. Okay, I'm trying really hard to get that knot tight, and it keeps springing out. As I said, I'm really surprised because Stampin' Up ribbon's usually a dream to tie bows with. There we go. And then what we're going to do is I'm just going to put a glue dot on the back of that. The end of my glue dots. Where are they? Just going to put a glue dot behind that. Oh no, that one didn't come off. There we go. And we'll pop that on that corner there, I think, so we don't cover up the greeting. There we go. And then all I need to do is add a piece of white into the middle for us to write on. And as I've said before in other videos, I don't actually put my greetings on my cards until I've decided who I'm going to send them to. So we're just gonna, I'll just tuck that in there, and then when I'm ready to send it, I'll stamp the greeting that I want in the middle and adhere that in. Okay, so there's our card. Hopefully I've shown you something that you hadn't noticed in the catalogue, and it might inspire you to make something of your own. I'm sure you will see those dies again. I'd missed them for absolutely ages and just happened upon them when I was checking through to see which dies I actually owned. So, hope you like the card. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all again soon. Happy stamping. Bye for now.